Hi, and a very warm welcome to this layout update for March 22. The focus over the last few months has definitely been on locos, and as such, I haven't done anything at all on the layout. So we'll have a look at the various locomotive projects that I've been working on, and then we'll move on to have a look at Model Rail Scotland, which I managed to get along to at the weekend. So with the price of locos at the moment, I'm very much focusing on making the best of the rolling stock that I've got. I'm not saying that I'm not going to buy new stock, but I'm certainly going to be a lot pickier about what I buy. It needs to really be something quite special. And I've got a lot of really nice locomotives, and really it's been nice to work with them and bring them up to a much higher level of standard. So we'll just work through the projects. So the first is an old Lima '09 shunter, which I got when I was about 14 years old. And I think the main criticism of it was a very flat paint scheme. And the first job was to update the wasp stripes on it, which was quite a lot of work. But I'm quite happy with the way that's worked out. Then adding some warning flashes on, just adding some little detailed stickers, shed plates, things like that. Then giving it a good coat of satin varnish, which really started to bring the loco to life. I've added some flush glaze windows, which were only, I think, about £3 a pack. And again, all these little things are really making a difference to the loco. Giving it a good weathering. The next weathering project was the Hornby 60 in 033, which is the beautiful British steel livery. And there is very much a steel theme with my layout because of the proximity to Ravenscraig. And then to re-weather it, I didn't want it absolutely filthy, but I wanted it to kind of certainly have a well-used look, and I'm pretty happy with the way it's turned out. It is a beautiful loco, the Hornby 60. It really set the benchmark for models when this came out, and it's a beautiful runner as well. Next up are two steam locomotives, two railroad steam locomotives by Hornby. There's the beautiful P2 and there's the original LNER Flying Scotsman. Both of them are really, really nice locos, but what kind of limits them a bit is the very flat looking paint scheme and the numbering and lettering on it. And what I've done, it was a bit of a job. I made a few mistakes along the way, but effectively what we've done is added some really ornate LNER letters and numbers on. That's from the Fox Transfers range. And then it was a case of overspraying with satin varnish, and I've really struggled to find the right mix of satin varnish for airbrushing. I've tried Rail Match. This is Humbrol satin that's been diluted with Humbrol thinners, and there really is a bit of a knack to getting the mixture just right. And there was a couple of coats required in this to get something that looks right, but I think now I've got something that I'm really happy with, and the locos really shine as a result of it, and they are showing their full potential. The next one up is a Hornby 58, which I'm fitting a lighting kit to, which that's turned into a bit of a job. And the board to get fitted in, it didn't fit. I had to a lot of sanding to get the space created in the inside of the plastic of the cab. The actual cab is metal. I've had to use a Dremel to cut a section out of that to fit it in. And, this is where we are so far, but we're going to need some fibre optic to go in. So there's still a bit of work to be done in this, but hopefully this is another nice old locomotive that we can really allow to shine. It was really nice to get back to Model Rail Scotland. We went on the Saturday, and it was like picking things up from where we left off in 2020. And I went in with the missus and my little 3-year-old daughter, so it was a bit of a race round. I wasn't going to drag them round a model railway exhibition for hours and hours, so I didn't get a massive amount of time to really look in detail at either the layouts or the trade stands. There were a few layouts that kind of jumped out. I'd gone in very much with an open mind, and surprisingly one of the layouts that I liked the most was a little narrow gauge layout set in Wales. A real work of art. I mean, it really just captured a beautiful atmosphere that really suited these little narrow gauge trains moving around, and I was really quite taken by it. The other one was Blair Athol to Dromochter, which I know that area of the network reasonably well, and they captured it perfectly. They've again a really beautiful work of art that they've done capturing the landscape. But I think really surprisingly, the highlight layout of the day was the large scale Thomas the Tank Engine layout. I think for two reasons. The first was it was just fun, and it was a nice reminder that, you know, we're in the hobby for enjoyment. All of us take enjoyment in different ways, and it was nice just to see a layout that, you know, there really wasn't a lot technically to it. And everybody that was involved in presenting the layout obviously were enjoying themselves. They were working well with the kids. Look at joy on my daughter's face when she was watching it. I mean, she was absolutely captivated by it. She obviously knows Thomas. I think most kids grow up these days knowing about Thomas. The retailers missed a trick. I think I couldn't find any Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. I think there was a lot of kids there when we left at 12, and I think if there'd been Thomas the Tank Engine stuff for sale, and it was quite interesting to go around and look at the trade stands. There was my sum total expenditure for the day was £21, which was 2 bottles of varnish and a £5 book on the Cali 828. The Curascale stand was nice. They had some Deltics on show. They had the 92s, some of the Mark 5 coaches, the H80s. Nice to see. And, you know, if they'd been on sale, I would probably have bought a 92. But when you get home, you kind of see it in the cold light of day of saying, oh, yeah, £200 for a Loco and maybe £400 for a set of coaches. You know, it does kind of sober you up a little bit. There was Cavalex. They had a sort of early rendition of the Class 56, which, you know, I wish them very well with. I think it's a ubiquitous Loco. They had the TEAs, the production samples of them. They looked really good. But again, £45 a wagon, and you're probably £400 pretty much. Their HAAs were nice as well, but again, you know, you're looking at probably 12 of them, and that's going to be hundreds of pounds for a rake of wagons. And I'm just getting to the stage now where I'm not willing to pay that amount of money on, and unless it's something really, really special. A few of the sort of YouTube celebrities, if you like, Jenny Kirk was wandering about. She's much taller than I thought. And Dave from Dean Park, had a chat to him. Nice to meet him. He's also very tall. Either that or it's me that's very small. So thanks very much for tuning in, and we'll catch up next time. All the best. Bye bye.